sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, he makes it feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling cause he's walking alone. Two, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the New York Knicks. For the Knicks, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And the amazing thing, the Cavs have done over the past few seasons, all those finals appearances, LeBron winning a title in the city where he grew up. Shaq, what a ride it's been.
You know what, Ernie? Few teams have accomplished what Cleveland has. Obviously, it took some big moves to get there, but they did it.
So many incredible moments. So many over the last few years. No matter what happens in the future, this franchise has really proven that they can compete, Ernie, for a championship every year.
No doubt about that. It's going to go to courtside.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. We'll see the New York Knicks facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. He says of Porzingis, he's long, athletic, tough. He has touch. He can put it on the floor. He is for real. Kevin?
And Porzingis, DA, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. Brent, a lot of experience on the floor. Talk about why it's so hard to succeed if you do not have that kind of veteran leadership.
If guys stay around this league long enough, Kevin, they've seen a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. And when they've seen those things, the fact that they could communicate it to guys who haven't, sometimes they can keep you calm, make sure you temper your expectations, and then have you understand just how long not only the season is, how long a game is, how long a quarter is, and how long even one possession can be in order for you to be more successful and learn the lessons of this game to be better the next time.
You've had a lot of guys come across your path. Any one veteran that comes right out top of your head who really helped you a lot?
I'll throw way back to Chris Mullin and the time that I worked a lot with Chris in the early part of my career, just preparing to be in the NBA and talking through stories about the type of hard work, the type of consistent work, and the type of mentality you have to not only succeed individually, but certainly to have team success.
Great story. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Over on the wings, it's Hezonja with Hardaway. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. And it's Ntilikina in at the point guard position. J.R. Smith on the wing. Hezonja defending. Stolen by Cantor. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
It's Hezonja in the corner. Sinks the triple. Hezonja's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him. Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
Here's Hardaway. Following the basket by Colin Sexton. Cantor's shot is off.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Here's Sexton. Here's Hood. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Rodney Hood is a guy who's out here to stretch the floor and mix up his game a little bit, trying to regain some confidence in what he can provide offensively.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw good from Hood.
How about the Cavs last year, making it back to their 4th straight finals appearance alongside the Golden State Warriors. And for a team in a city that's just had so little to cheer and celebrate about, obviously LeBron James bringing their championship to them a couple years ago, ultimately the golden era of Cleveland Cavalier basketball.
And the Cavs and Warriors last year in the finals, Brent. The Cavs had a chance to even the rivalry at 2 wins apiece.
Well, they did, Kevin, but pretty much outmatched last year in the finals. Just too much roster change and not enough firepower to overtake the Golden State Warriors. The depth just wasn't there. It was a great ride last year with LeBron getting back to his 8th finals, but they came up short.
Here's Sexton. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. You're in a great group.
There's a screen by Cantor. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, Porzingis at that size, able to use a screen. That is a huge asset for the team.
The shot by Sexton, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Here's Ntilikina. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Proving he belongs in this league. Ntilikina getting better at taking contact and finishing.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Knicks ball.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. 5th on the list, and it's Cantor.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
This offense has really been quickened.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now, here's Cantor. Cantor with a screen on Hood. Shot off the pick by Porzingis and misses it off the right side of the rim. Smith outside. Drains the three-pointer. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's Smith's go-to shot. Well, come to think of it, any shot is JR's go-to shot.
Here's Hezonja. That shot is off. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And it's Smith penetrating. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. Outside Hardaway. 6 to shoot. There's a screen by Cantor. Hezonja. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hezonja's got 6 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
The shot by Sexton, no good. Knicks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Down low. Hardaway trying to free himself up. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in. but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
Cantor, the pass to Ntilikina. Cantor kicks to Ntilikina. They shoot again. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Ntilikina. And the pass to Porzingis. Cantor sets the pick for Porzingis. New York moving it around. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And last season, LeBron said that the Knicks made a mistake passing on Dennis Smith Jr. in the draft. Of course, they took Frank Ntilikina out of France.
Yeah, a little shade thrown Ntilikina's way last season. Of course, he's one of the youngest players in that draft, and so plenty of time for this young man to fulfill his potential.
The first free throw is good. Brent, I know it's a long season, but there's something special about NBA opening night.
We do a great job of presenting that, too. Every year, there's just spectacular stuff going on all day long. So many people are fired up to get to the arena. People coming early, festive. You get your new gear on. You got the new colors, whatever the new shoes are. Everybody's got them on. Let's get fired up and throw it up.
You remember opening day, don't you? Especially as a rookie, I would assume. My goodness.
Of course, the very first opening day sticks with you the most. Mine happened to be with the Los Angeles Clippers when I was drafted by the Denver Nuggets, traded to L.A., but I do remember that day, and I still have that jersey, Kevin.
No kidding.
Well, it didn't get played all that much in the first game, but I still have it.
Lots of room. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring. And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Porzingis. Coming off a terrific season, he put up about 22 points a game, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch. Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 14 points for Colin Sexton.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Ntilikina passes to Cantor. Kicks it to Hardaway. Pass to Ntilikina. No good that time, so Cleveland will take it the other way. First chance here in their inaugural game of the season to go up against New York.
And 2 teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw.
Here's Ntilikina. J.R. Smith making his last shot. And Azania gets it to go.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
A tremendous opportunity for David Fizdale to re-energize his coaching career. Just that short stint he had in Memphis. He's a smart guy, a ton of charisma, which of course the New York fans are going to react to, and try to rework this roster and find some talent and push forward.
Now she ain't passing up, no way. We own it. You looking in the eye.
wise of the chosen. Hey, don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. Hey, feel bold, pick a vibe, push a point,
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Larry Nance is checked in for Love. Korver comes in for Rodney Hood. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And George Hills subbed in for Sexton. And a new group in for the Knicks. Knox, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Baker, he's checked in for Mario Hezonja. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Frank Ntilikina. Mudiay, no good. And when it came to hiring Fizdale, the Knicks went so far as to contact their former coach, Pat Riley.
Yeah, Pat, a bit of Knicks royalty with his success in the Big Apple, said this about Fizdale, that he's got a great mind and that he'll be mentally prepared for everything New York throws at him. So a good choice for the Knicks, and we'll see how he performs in the big city.
Now Hill, following the Porzingis miss from deep.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Knox. Nance with the rebound. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 14-6 run. Sinks that one from the post. And now it's an 8-point Cavalier lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Ball's knocked loose. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Here's Baker. And it's off from three-point range. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Here's Korver. Misses off the left iron.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in. This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
And that one's good. Osman.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Knicks trail by 12. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Precision pass from Mudiay to get his teammate a good look there.
Here's Osman. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Osman's got 8 points.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Knicks ball. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for New York.
And a shot they haven't been looking for very much is that corner three. And when they have, these been quick to kind of close out and deny it, and they've had to get their points from elsewhere.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Mudiay kicks to Porzingis, to the paint. Baker with the bucket. Baker's got his second basket of the game.
At 7-3, Porzingis with no trouble seeing over the defense. Excellent pass and a very unselfish play.
From outside the arc, it's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Thompson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Porzingis.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around.
2 shots. Greg, what are some of the positives that Tristan Thompson's play brings to the team?
Still a very efficient scorer on the shots that he does take, and he lives mostly inside the paint, and still a strong offensive rebounder. But his days of being a threat on the offensive end as the game has evolved seems to kind of gone away.
That one is off. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Trey Burke's checked in for the Knicks. And the second free throw, good. Brent being disruptive, forcing turnovers, something the Knicks couldn't do last season.
Yeah, last year, 29th in the league in steals. The roster was more big than quick last year, so unable to extend some of their pressure because of the way that they played. It makes it hard to fire up some of that transition offense if you're not getting out there and getting steals.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Last season, Brent, the addition of 2-way contracts, does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
David Nwaba is checked in for the Cavaliers. And so he makes both from the line.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And for the Cleveland Cavaliers in this roster, Brent, a lot of sharpshooters that can get hot at any time.
Well, third in the league last season in made threes, and the team does a really good job of drawing and kicking and finding shooters. And they had the 5th best rated offense last year, mostly because of how well they shot the ball from distance.
Here's Baker. Larry Nance making his last shot. Lee outside. New York needs to get off a shot. Knox misses. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Nance. And Nance slams it in.
Fantastic pass from Korver there to a teammate who is left all alone, seeing the court well.
With the pass. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Baker kicks to Porzingis. Inside. And the basket by Knox.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
You know, Clarkson, it's interesting for him. He's not really a point guard and not really a shooting guard, so trying to find ways to stay in the game and stay aggressive and do whatever is asked of him to earn minutes.
And so he hits both.
And you know, Clarkson entering the league as a second-round pick, a little unsung for most of his career, but always seems to find a way to contribute.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 7. Back to Baker. Just 5 on the clock. Lee outside. Over Korver. No good from Lee. The Cavaliers leading by 15. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
The Cavaliers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
One shot.
And the veteran Korver, one of the deadliest outside shooters of all time.
Knicks trail by 18. It's stolen by Korver. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And so it's Cleveland closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this. Enes Kanter traded to the Knicks in 2017. Said he was thrilled to go and play in New York.
Man, it's just like dream come true. I'm going to New York. Because like for every player, man, you just want to come to New York. It's a big city, a lot of people, crazy fans. And I mean, of course, the most famous arena in the world. And I was definitely so happy.
That's a great place to play, the Mecca.
And they're hungry for a winner. I think Kanter's willingness to mix it up and challenge opposing teams has endeared him to the fans.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Mwaba in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin, will see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
And Cleveland making a change here. Love's checked in. And New York with a change here, too. Hardaway's checked in. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Clarkson got it. Good job in the low post. Clarkson's got 8 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And from what we've seen so far, guys, don't hold your breath.
They set the pick. There's the double team with Korver. Lock at 6. Porzingis can't hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the foul called on Porzingis. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
And Cleveland making a change here. Hood's checked in. The Knicks also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Ntilikina in for Courtney Lee. Here's Mwaba. And that one is off. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Now on the scoring column with that bucket, 1 for 2 this game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Ntilikina passes to Knox. He kicks it to Kanter. Outside Hardaway. And he's good on the 3 ball. Hardaway has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Here's Mwaba. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got 3 assists in the game. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. You look at the Knicks free agent signings, Brent, haven't been so great over the past few seasons.
Yeah, a lot of that's been due to major injuries. When you sign veteran guys and you're in a situation where you're hoping to win now or get to the playoffs, there's a risk that comes with that. So that cap management for the Knicks, it's been a tricky game and one they've come up on the short end on.
My blows is trapping souls like Bryson Tiller. The crib left the awnings. And that's the very thing that gets me out of the bed in the morning. I got the bread in the corner, got my career in the summer. I got no fear, just honor. I bled and lived through trauma. First the fat boys break up, then Bow Wow retires. Now y'all disrespecting the king. I come through there with claiming they doing dirt and get to just disinfecting the scene. I'm what you call the epitomizer of getting dark. I will spit a geyser that'll get these guys on the charts to fit a liger of bars. I'm feeling like the dine on a permanent throne. Like the Quran, you can get. It's nothing like the megaphone in the coop. Going into it.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Ntilikina, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 6 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working, and I think things will turn around.
This is where your character can be tested, his will to fight through this kind of adversity, but I think he's got a good chance.
I really like the rhythm Ntilikina plays with. Good at sensing when to shoot off the pass.
Love, no good. New York's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Hardaway dishes to Burke. Inside, Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Using some brute force to take it strong to the rack. Kanter leaving nothing to chance.
The Cavaliers leading by 21. Nwaba gets the bucket. Nwaba's got 6 here in this quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Knicks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. To the inside. And again, it's New York.
Fleshing out his offensive game over time. Ntilikina wants to keep improving in the paint.
Baseline jumper. The Knicks pull it in. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That is his first foul of the game. About a quarter of the players in the NBA were born outside the USA. Brent, could that percentage swell to half within a couple decades?
I don't think we're ever going to get that far with foreign-born players, but it's exciting to see all the representation around the league. We've certainly had some standouts, and I'm a little bit sad that this year might be the last year we see one of the most incredible players, if not the best European player the league's ever seen in Dirk Nowitzki, probably retiring in Dallas after the year.
You know, we've seen this with Sexton in college, and he can get into a zone and just take over a game offensively.
And now, here's Hazonia. He's covered closely. Ntilikina, he gets it in there. Ntilikina's got 12 in the game.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Goes up the baseline, and too long on the shot. Knicks trail by 19. Hardaway with it. He has 5. Baseline try. Ntilikina can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's Nwaba missing. The Knicks have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. The tray, and again, New York with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Nance. That's tipped. Hardaway against Hood. Hardaway passes to Knox. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got 5 assists tonight.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
You combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
Cleveland leading by 13. Here's Nwaba. And no good. The try spell continuing for him. Hood against Hardaway. Passes to Hazonia. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. Hazania's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
New York calls timeout.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
For the Cavaliers, Smith checked in for Rodney Hood. Osman comes in for David Nwaba. And George Hills subbed in for Sexton. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. There's a screen by Cantor. Mudiay passes to Cantor. Great D that time from Love. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Here's Osman. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Well, trying to develop his all-around game when Larry Nance Jr. moves it like this, and he sees it, he can make everybody better.
New York, no good that time either.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Now, Mudiay looking for his first basket still in this one. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Here's Hardaway over Smith. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. came into the league as an athlete and a shooter and a good player out in transition on the run. And he really improved his game under Mike Budenholzer in Atlanta. I think he really learned how to work more efficiently, and that helped him out. He's improved his game a little bit each year, and not too long ago signed a big free agent contract to stay in New York.
And now, here's Hazonia, guarded closely. Mudiay, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 19. The drive by Smith drills the baseline jumper. Smith's got 13. And thinking about Tim Hardaway Jr., it's interesting how different his game is from his dad.
Yeah, Tim was more of a setup point guard, at least Tim Sr. with the killer crossover. And Jr. would much rather spot up or, again, play in transition and get you out in the open court. So he's not so much a facilitator as he is a scorer.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
So for the Knicks, Porzingis is checked in for Knox. And it's Ron Baker in for Hardaway. Here's Cantor to the middle. Will it go? Baker, no good.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Mudiay kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Hazonia. Porzingis against Nance. Back to Hazonia. Wide open. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Knicks trail by 21. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Feeds it to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Hill, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 21.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Now, here's Mudiay. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And here's the fast break. Love leading the way. Here's Hill. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. There's a screen by Kanter. Lasagna, the pass to Kanter. And he drops it in from the low post. Kanter's got 8.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him in any way. He's really stepped up here in the second quarter. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis finishing strong that time, no doubt about that one.
Here's Osman. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Osman's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Moutier kicks to Lasagna. There's a screen by Kanter. Kanter with a screen on Nance. Here's Porzingis. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal.
Porzingis making his return after ACL surgery last season.
It's just nice to see him back. I mean, you remember that injury. Just took the wind out of the Knicks and their fans. However, it set their direction as they took a more long-term developmental approach.
First free throw is good. And I'll tell you, Brent, a lot of distractions for the Knicks over the last few years.
Well, quite a number of coaching changes, obvious changes to the front office, so that means you're turning in a different direction. And some people in the Knicks organization really having a hard time just getting along with one another.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Thompson comes in for Nance, and it's Korver in for J.R. Smith.
Problematic or an Achilles heel for a lot of young bigs is consistency from the free throw line. Really hasn't been a problem for Porzingis.
Here's Moutier, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's a screen by Kanter. Porzingis is double. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, this is kind of that set play here for Kanter where he can show his wares. Good instincts there on the pick and roll.
Here's Osman. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Well, you knew it wouldn't last forever. Couldn't last forever. LeBron's departure in the offseason, a huge blow to this Cleveland franchise.
And there's going to be talk and speculation as to why LeBron James left again, and that's going to continue all season long. But ultimately, the team, the city, they need to regroup, they need to reset, they need to think about their future, and they did a good job of gathering assets and some youth in the departure of LeBron James. But man, that's a hole they're never going to fill, Kevin.
Difficult situation for New York. Burke kicks to Baker. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Baker's got his third basket of the night right there.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Yeah, love can hurt you down there. He uses his body as a shield, creates the space, got in tight, finished that one off.
The pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Korver against Lee. Korver, no luck. Knicks trail by 20. Floats one. Here's Porzingis. Love grabs the board. Love's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Justin Thompson with some force on that one.
And so it's Cleveland, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh yeah, we got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room, we got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay, but like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. And now back to the other Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Cavaliers leading by 22, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And New York looking at who they've got. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Over on the wings, it's Hezonja with Hardaway. And it's Ntilikina in at the 1. Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
And the quick, active hands of Sexton on display, creating the turnover there, just jump-starting the fast break.
New York shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Knocked away. Pass to Cantor. Love grabs the board. Love's got his fourth rebound in this one. Launches a three, and the three ball is good. Love's got 7.
They're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
And ball movement is important to any club. Ntilikina making it a priority to share it with his guys.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, with all the turmoil in the Cavs locker room last season, some wondered if head coach Tyronn Lue's job could be in jeopardy. Despite leading the team to its first championship in 2016, Lue, like a lot of coaches, finds that his future in the NBA is always subject to speculation. Kevin?
All right, DA, thank you. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And the dunk by Porzingis.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
Thompson with the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the inside. And Cantor throws it down.
And how about the agility coming from the big man? I mean, that's not something we often see from him.
You know, it's never going to be, Greg, a 360 dunk when he goes up with it, but it will be 2 points. We do know that.
Well, he's obviously got the length there to make those kind of plays. Just needs to attack more, and that time he did.
Hardaway kicks to Ntilikina. Some nice passing by New York here. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And the shot goes in.
Kevin Love, great recognition as to what was happening there. Saw the floor, saw the teammate, and saw the passing opportunity.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Now you look at Kevin Love's production the last few seasons. I think the 2018 season was by far his best. He really sacrificed a lot of his own numbers between that time he was in Minnesota and these seasons in Cleveland.
See the stat sheet here on Enes Kanter. Last season, he played outstanding. 5th in field goal percentage, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Rebounded by Hood.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
2 points. That one goes. Smith's got 17.
I'm looking down at the opposing team's coaching staff. They're shaking their head because J.R. Smith has found a rhythm.
On the wing, Hardaway. Covered by Hood, and he gets the bucket. He's got 17.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Here's Sexton. Got a piece of it.
That's good footwork from the big man as Kanter aware defensively to get to that one.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And Sexton over to help. Hardaway kicks to Kanter. Just 4 to shoot. Ntilikina can't hit.
In a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Got a piece of it. Here's Azania. He's got 17 to the paint. Here's Hardaway. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
And he makes that one.
You got to remember, Rodney Hood, 6'8", so he has the size needed to be a factor on the inside if he stays aggressive.
Hardaway goes in.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
very
for sure.
Exclusive.
He can really rise up.
And the defense knows this. Somebody has to come over to contest.
Out to the right wing. Here's Sexton. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists in the game. Azania, the pass to Ntilikina. There's a screen by Kanter. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Kanter with a screen on Love. To the middle. That shot, no good. Good D by Thompson. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
They double him with Love. Hardaway for 3. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but wow.
Good.
Look out. How about Kevin Love taking it out on the rim a little bit there?
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Cavaliers with some changes. David Nwaba is checked in for Hood, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for J.R. Smith. Knox, he's checked in for New York. Moutier comes in for Hezonja. Knox, the pass to Moutier. Here's Knox. Fires for three. Buries it from three-point range. Knox has got 12 points in the game. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you play.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent. And if you're a starting player, it's one mentality. And if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
Here's Nwaba, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 8 points for him. New York's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And David Nwaba picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Larry Nance is checked in for the Cavaliers. Korver comes in for Sexton. Trey Burke's checked in for the Knicks. Puts it up off the inbound, and a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Nance has got 6 rebounds in the game. A baseline J, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Hard for opposing teams to box out Nance because of all the activity that Larry Nance Jr. has, plays alive on every possession.
New York moving it around. Here's Knox, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Here's Korver. He doesn't hit that one. The Knicks go the other way with it. Lee with the ball. Now defended by Korver.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
And he's just working and working and working. Tireless.
And a look at the locations on the floor where he's been shooting the ball.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around as his energy is contagious out there right now.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Moutier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside, Porzingis. Over in the corner, Lee. A three-pointer off the mark.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
The baseline J. Nwaba gets the bucket. Nwaba's got 12. New York's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for David Nwaba. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Poke loose, and it's the Knicks with the ball. Burke kicks to Porzingis. Lee passes to Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Picked by Lee. Passes it to Knox. Oh, that's blocked. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And that one's good. Osman's got 23.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Back to Burke. Shot to stop the run. He takes it up and lays it in. 6 points for him.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks. And how many chapters last year were there to the Cavs season? A lot of player movement, a lot of drama in the locker room, and obviously trying to find their way back to the NBA Finals, which they eventually did. So would we say a successful year overall? Probably, but a little mismatched.
George Hill's checked in for Clarkson. And a switcher also for New York. Baker's checked in, and the Cavaliers call time here. And for all the things the Cavs went through last season, Brent, they still managed to get 50 wins.
Yeah, good enough for the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference last year. I wonder if they were not a home team, if they would have gotten back to the finals. It would have been interesting with all the additions to that roster, trying to come up with a makeshift offense around LeBron James, if they would have gotten to his 8th finals last year. Pushed to the limit several times, but ultimately appearing again in the NBA Finals.
Moment to check out the stats for Hill. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 10 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does. The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Kicks it to Burke. There's the triple. Sinks the triple. Burke's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Thompson. And Nance slams it in.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
New York's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Right wing. Here's Osman. And again, it's Cleveland.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. Porzingis is double. Down low, here's Baker, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Hill. And you know, Ron Baker, a guy who always seems, Brent, to be fighting for a roster spot.
Man, a walk-on in college, went undrafted, but then really had a great summer league and steadily improving his game. That's the amazing thing, that it, at his age, adds something to his game every offseason, and those instincts, both on the floor and off, have given him an opportunity in the NBA.
He's off on the first.
You look at the New York Knicks, desperate to compete again and get themselves back into the playoffs. Remember, 1973, their last championship year, with the likes of Willis Reed, Walt Frazier, Earl the Pearl Monroe. Maybe they could use a couple of those guys now.
He hits the second from the line.
Oh, my God.
And since 1973, only 2 finals appearances for the New York Knicks.
Yep, 1994, they lost to the Rockets in 7 games. And in 99, that was the lockout-shortened season. They lost to the Spurs eventually on their home court in 5 games. No finals appearances for the New York Knicks in the new millennium.
Here's Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
Lee being in attack mentality, that helps this offense.
Nance. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Well, he's going to punish you down there if you're not more physical than he is, and look for them to go right back to that play.
Got a hand on it. They retain possession. The shot by Thompson, no good. New York's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Yes, that goes in. Lee's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Baker passes to Burke. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Korver. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against New York.
And Korver, one of the best to ever play the game in terms of shooting, got that lightning quick release and absolutely deadly from outside.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
First one falls for him. And Cleveland making a change here. Both free throws good from Korver.
Thank you, Cleveland!
9 seconds left in the third. To the inside. It's stolen by Nance. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back to the action after this word. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. New York shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. They've got Decker. He's out there with Kyle Korver. Hill is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Osman in at the 2. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Thomas gets a wide open look. No good on the quick 3. Cavaliers shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Here's Decker. And that one goes long. New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And here is Burke. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And that one, good.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Sam Decker.
Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And the first one at the line is good. David Nwaba is checked in for the Cavaliers. And New York with a change here, too. Dotson's checked in. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness.
Cavaliers, Kyle Korver. 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Korver.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Knicks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Dotson. To the paint. It's tipped. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Korver. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, the Atlanta Hawks come into town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
And for their matchup with the Bucks, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
And Cleveland making a change here. Hood's checked in. Here's Burke. Cans it from downtown. Burke's got 12 points in just the second half.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Second shot opportunity. Fry, good.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Pass to Baker. Outside Thomas. New York moving it around. And there's the pass to Cornette. He tries for 3. They get the rebound, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Fry. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Dotson, covered by Hood. Back to Baker. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys.
Or
but
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
My goodness, he's such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Decker, he trains the quick shot.
Well, a combo guard who can do a lot of things decently well. Jordan Clarkson, solid at dishing that rock.
A slam dunk by Thomas.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
It's stolen by Moutier. Here's Dotson. Inside. That's good for Thomas on the assist from Moutier. Thomas got 6 quarter.
Right in Thomas's wheelhouse, known for good shot selection. He executed this time on the inside.
Nwaba gets the bucket.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
For New York, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Baker kicks to Dotson. Back to Baker. Unloads. And the Knicks good for 2.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Puts it up from 12. Decker can't hit.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Dotson the pass to Cornette. To the middle. Here's Thomas. And that one good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Clarkson. And that one hits back iron. New York's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. No good on the 3. Cleveland leading by 23. Here's Clarkson. Sinks that one from the post.
Well, Clarkson can get inside. He's athletic to do that, and then needs the touch in that area. Showed it off there.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Dotson. Brett, they're always trying to make the All-Star game itself more competitive. Is that an important thing to do?
I don't think overall it's important to do it, Kevin. I mean, it is an exhibition, but I do like the attentiveness of the players over the past couple years talking about how it is they want to approach the game. It ends up being a high-scoring affair with a lot of highlights, but overall, it's not the most important thing for the weekend.
Down low. Thomas passes to Baker, and the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Nwaba, and it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Here's Baker, and it's off from 3-point range. Decker dishes to Fry. Decker gets the bucket.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill, and the next one puts them in the bonus.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. Love comes in for Sam Decker. J.R. Smith's checked in for David Nwaba. And it's Sexton in for Clarkson. And here's Porzingis for a 3. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Porzingis has got 22 points.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Back to Moutier. Count that one.
That's a great look inside for Moutier. Nice body control, and like to see him with those kind of looks.
Now, here's Sexton. Defended by Moutier. It's deflected. Passes it to Hazanya. And it's off from three-point range. And here's the fast break. Love leading the way. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you see the speed, the athleticism, and scoring ability of Sexton. Special. A guard with a fantastic skill set and loads of potential.
2 shots.
And, of course, Colin Sexton. His college team once had to finish a game with only 3 players.
Yeah, and he scored 40 that night. I mean, almost led him to a victory. He loves to play under the bright lights, brings great energy and enthusiasm every night.
And he makes the first. Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems
Kevin,
that way, yeah.
Like
I agree.
the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League, I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, "Gee, you got 4 A's."
Shooting 1. Third personal foul.
What's interesting about Moutier is how cavernous the gap is between the strengths and weaknesses that he has. On the plus side, he creates shots for himself, but how many of those shots is he actually going to make? The other part about his game, though, is his distribution is pretty solid. So if he plays in the pick and roll, he can find teammates.
1 shot.
The free throw good from Moutier.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Another thing about Moutier, really good on-ball defender. That marks him.
Well, a better defender when his man's in front of him and not as good at chasing guys through screens. He seems to either get bumped off route or try to take shortcuts that cost him. But offensively is where it is. He needs to just be better at decision-making and get that jump shot to be more consistent.
Here's Nwaba. Hazonia defending. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Hazania's got 19 points. Cleveland leading by 21. Clarkson with the ball. Nance slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
New York calls timeout.
One thing about Porzingis last year that we saw with the departure of Carmelo Anthony is, could you lean on Porzingis to shoulder the offensive load? He was phenomenal in that role last year before the injury. So out on the perimeter, above the rim, finishing off breaks, he's capable.
I'm so excited. Gee, I feel so lucky now to have you all along, girl. I really love the way you look, girl. If I'm young, baby, you blow my mind, baby. I'm so alive, baby. You blow my mind.
And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. New York shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. And talking about Porzingis, what really separates him as a scorer, Brent, is his jump shot.
Well, at 7'3", we always think, man, he should be down on the post or have 2 feet in the paint working on his post-up game. That's not what he's about. He's terrific catching and shooting. He can handle the ball enough to take 1 or 2 dribbles to score at the rim. He's really good on the right side of the floor, shooting over the top at the mid-range, and he can overpower defenders. So all of the offensive skills are there.
And he can't get the first one. We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole. But I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. Back to Moutier. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Moutier's got 7 points for the quarter.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Launches a 3. The Knicks rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Colin Sexton, when it comes to scoring, the man shows you a little bit of everything.
Loves to drive it, loves to attack inside, improving his consistency from range. But what I love about him is the aggressiveness. This guy is always in attack mode.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw good, Sexton. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And it's good, 2 points.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Cleveland.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And again, it's the Knicks missing. Cavaliers shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field.
J.R. Smith is a straight gunner. He's just a guy who wants to shoot every time he touches the ball.
Shooting in Cleveland, J.R. Smith. At the line for 2.
2.
The first one falls. A different look for New York. Cornet's checked in, and it's Burke in for Moutier. J.R. Smith hits them both.
Thank you, Cleveland!
46 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Knox. Here's Baker. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're leading by 25. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth.
She want me feel like a 2-liter. So they watch it ricochet off. Then I skirt off on them insulin out. They don't got nothing on me till I pop. They don't got nothing on me, call the cop. I hit that run like I have a boy running back. Look at that boy, hit that running back. Shout out to Salsa to Samongos. I got addicted to salsa tacos. Got out that is a ramen noodles. Now I see how I'm gonna make a stamina. I used to be holding the camera. Hated the glass out your window up. Fast spraying to me like my hand no go down. We love good time, but I feel like Santana. Seems like in the pussy, Hannah Montana. I was clean, Tony Montana. Let him my wife up.
Here is Love. And good that time.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
One shot behind the lanes.
And that one misses. To the inside. Baker passes to Burke. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Sexton. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. JR, congrats on the win. You got yourself going, but it looked like everybody was going well tonight.
I definitely think so. You know, we got a lot of great players on our team, a lot of people who can score, and hopefully we can just keep building on it.
Well, you all contributed tonight. Thanks, JR. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time